Have you ever felt like people are laughing at your dreams or mocking your purpose? Like you're surrounded by people who don't understand your vision? Here's the thing, you're not alone. Jesus faced this too, especially at the time of his crucifixion. He was mocked, spat at, and accused of many things, but he answered nothing. In this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid the three types of people who will mock and undermine your journey to success, just as Jesus was mocked on his way to being the author of eternal redemption. You see, these three groups of people are like silent saboteurs, constantly attacking your vision, your confidence, and your future, whether you realize it or not. They operate on 3Ds. Their plan is to 1. Distract you, discourage you, and if you're not careful, they can completely derail your path to success. If you don't recognize them, you might find yourself stuck, questioning your purpose, or even doubting your ability to succeed. But here's the good news. Recognizing these three types of people early can make all the difference. In just a moment, I'm going to walk you through each one so you can avoid them and stay focused on what really matters. And that's your purpose, your vision, and your success. Let's dive right into it. In the book of Matthew 27:38 through 44, we read of the crucifixion of Jesus. It was mocked by three groups of people, which you also would encounter if you have a vision and purpose in life. In verses 39 through 40 of the text, the Bible says, "And those who passed by shook their heads and ridiculed him, saying, 'We heard you boast that you could destroy the temple and rebuild it in 3 days. Why don't you save yourself now? If you're really God's son, come down from the cross.'" You see, this first group of people are the people I call the distractors. They are the passers-by. The passers-by mocked Jesus as he hung on the cross. Indifferent to his pain, they didn't stop to understand him, his purpose, his vision, or offer any support. They represent people who distract you. They get in your way or aren't invested in your vision, but they still have an impact. I've encountered people like this who just pass through my life ignoring or mocking my ambitions without truly engaging. These are the people who laugh at your dreams. They make you second guess your journey or just keep moving without offering anything meaningful. You see, they don't care about your goals and their only impact is to divert your attention or energy. You might find yourself distracted, frustrated, or questioning whether your dreams are worth it because of their indifference. Here's the thing. Jesus' approach was to ignore this set of people, and you need to avoid them at all costs. The second group of people are the religious critics. The Bible records that even the ruling priest with the Jewish scholars and religious leaders joined in the mockery and kept on saying, "He saved others, but he can't even save himself." You see that account in Matthew 27:42-43. So once again, they have no understanding of his assignment. The religious leaders mocked Jesus for not meeting their expectations. They expected him to be something different. They represent people who criticize your path, often in the name of tradition, authority, righteousness. They say your vision doesn't fit their idea of success or morality. These are the self-righteous critics who impose their views on you, make you feel like you are not enough. I want you to think about it. How many times have you encountered people who try to force their beliefs or judgments onto your journey, telling you that you should follow their way? They question your purpose. They claim they know better and make you feel inadequate for pursuing your dreams in a different way. They even try to make you believe that your vision doesn't align with their idea of what's acceptable or righteous. Sadly, you sometimes worship together with these folks. They know all the scriptures in the Bible, but they don't live by them. They've spent all their lives following religious activities, but forgotten the whole purpose of their existence. And they try to make others like them. You need to be aware of such people. He said the last group of people you must avoid at all costs are the dream killers. They are the robbers. You remember those two robbers crucified with him on his left and right side? The text records that even the criminals who were crucified with Jesus began to taunt him, hurling insults on him. Matthew 27:40. The robbers mocked Jesus and actively participated in his suffering. They represent people who don't just criticize us, they actively undermine our progress. These are the toxic individuals who haven't done anything right in their lives, yet want to bring you down, steal your confidence, and discourage you from pursuing your dreams. Whether it's envy, sabotage, or just plain negativity, they actively try to harm your journey. Now, unlike the passers-by or critics, these dream killers are the closest to you, like one on the left and right of Jesus. This group of people will try to break your spirit or destroy your vision through direct actions. They undermine your confidence, sabotage your progress, and make you feel like you're wasting your time or not worthy of success. Now, here's the good news. By recognizing these three types of people, you can protect your vision and stay focused on what truly matters. How can you overcome these three people like Jesus did? Jesus didn't just endure the mockery of the passers-by, the religious leaders, and the robbers. He overcame them, though not with retaliation, but with purpose, with identity, and with grace. Now, here's how to overcome the distractors, who are also the passers-by. Even though the passers-by mocked him, Jesus didn't argue. He didn't explain. He stayed silent, focused on the mission. This is a true sign of strength. He didn't let the noise from the sidelines distract him from his assignment. And you and I must do the same. Some people are not meant to understand your calling, and that's fine. That's okay. You need to stay focused. Don't chase after approval from people just walking by. Let silence be your strategy and purpose your proof. I don't want you to ever forget that. You see, if this is speaking to you so far, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. Let me know which group you've encountered most in your journey. As for the religious critics, the religious leaders mocked him too. They mocked Jesus. Not because they didn't believe in God, but because Jesus didn't fit their expectations. They said, if you are the Son of God, then come down from the cross. But Jesus didn't bend to their pressure. He knew who he was. He stayed obedient to the Father, not the crowd. You too must do the same. When you know who you are, you don't need their permission to walk in your purpose. Critics will always say your vision doesn't look right. But don't shrink for their comfort. Stay anchored in your identity. Let God's voice be louder than theirs. Lastly, the dream killers. These are the robbers. You see, Jesus was surrounded by pain and mockery, and yet he said, Father, forgive them. That's powerful. He forgave them in real time while still bleeding. He chose grace over bitterness and forgiveness over revenge. You see, you overcome the ones trying to break you by refusing to become like them. That's powerful. Forgiveness disarms your enemy and frees your soul. Let me make this profound statement you must not forget as I wrap this up. Jesus didn't overcome the cross by fighting back. He overcame it by staying faithful. Faithful to his calling, grounded in his identity, rooted in love. You must not allow distractions, criticism, or hate pull you off course. Stay on your cross. Endure the noise. Finish your mission. For Jesus, the mockery was loud, but the mission was louder. So you must remember this. The crown always comes after the cross. If this message resonates with you, I want you to like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this encouragement today. And remember, the crown always comes after the cross. I'll see you in the next one.